Unfortunately, it's time to say goodbye to most of the sunflowers. We had a great year for sunflowers this year, especially along this fence line. But today I'm going to be taking down these giant sunflowers so I can save the seeds and the stalks. First, I'm going to cut the heads off these, see how big they are. This is one of the smaller ones. I think this might be the biggest one. Now I'm going to cut the stalks down. These are huge, so I'm going to use my saw for this. Now I'm just going to go through and chop all the leaves off. I only want the straight section of this, so I'll chop this off at the top where it starts to bend over. And that's what we end up with. You only want to use the really sturdy, solid stalks. Some of the smaller ones can be kind of hollow, and once they dry out, they're pretty brittle. They're not very useful. But these will dry out like wood. They're great for plant supports, building trellises and stuff. I just leave these on top of my rain barrels to dry out. They'll get some protection from the weather, but they'll also get plenty of sun and some good airflow. These are the 3 I'm taking today. I still have more on there, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of the stems off these and get them measured. Smallest one, about 10 inches. This one is a little over 14. And this one is 15. I'm gonna start with the biggest one here. We'll just remove all those little flowers off of there. I don't eat sunflower seeds, so I'm saving all these to plant next year. Obviously, I won't be able to plant all these myself, and I know there are gonna be a lot of people interested in getting some of these. So I'm working on a way right now to get these out to the people who want them, and I'll let you guys know as soon as they're available. This is what I got from that first one. With this one, the little flowers had already died off and some of the seeds were actually starting to fall out. The shells on these seeds are very hard, so these ones I'm sure are ready. I still need to let them dry out a little bit, but I'm not going to take the seeds from this yet. I'm gonna put this in the greenhouse for a while and let it dry out until it looks more like this one. If the seeds look like they're fully developed, they're hard when you press them with your fingernail and they're already starting to fall out, I say they're ready to go. The longer I let these sit on here, the more I risk them getting moldy. I think this is a different variety that was actually a volunteer from last year. This is most likely just a regular mammoth. Getting a closer look at these seeds, this is definitely a different variety. I'm gonna put these into separate boxes and stick them in the greenhouse for a few days to dry out until I get a chance to sort through them all and keep the ones that I want. At some point after I get these dried and sorted, I will be doing germination tests on these to make sure that they're good. I have my seeds on the back shelf there in the greenhouse, and this sunflower head I have on this wire shelf here so that I have good airflow, give that a few days to dry out.